So I have a question. What is autism? Whether that is for you or for the general audience out there, like if I just asked you point blank, Kyle, what is autism?
Autism is a person who is trying their darndest to figure out how to do the things that everybody else does with an extra 3 or 4 layers of challenges added on top of a normally already difficult human experience.
That's perfect.
That was just rattled that off of the top of my head.
Wow.
Russell.
Yes.
What is autism?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what autism is. This is autism is not knowing what I'm doing. Autism is feeling like the entire world is always forgotten about me, and no matter how hard I try to get back into the world, they're always going to forget about me. And autism is questioning if the energy I put into this life is worth it. Autism is that voice in my head, always second guessing things, always wondering if I'm fitting in or not, and end result always being not fitting in. Autism is life. Life is autism. I don't subscribe to the autism groupthink, and so if I were just to sum it up in one sentence, I would say I don't know what autism is, and I would therefore caution everybody out there to think twice before subscribing to a certain model of thinking when it comes to autism, because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing in this life, and autism just makes it that much more fucking complicated.
Yeah, no, that's legit. It kind of made my answer almost sound like like it came out of a fortune cookie or something.
No, I thought yours was very succinct.
Well, I mean,
I thought I was just like babbling.
No, yours, and then you end up like telling it from like I was very almost like taking my experience and making it almost clinical, and then you just like
I was trying to
super deep and like kind of like I'm sitting here kind of going, oh man, what? Okay.
See, I was trying to be like you, like Was I not fitting in just
No, I mean, was I not see this? And this is actually this I think that what we're doing is describing autism a lot more than us actually going, what is autism?
Yeah. Because I'm trying to give the same kind of, I'm trying to copycat what you gave me in my own version.
That's great.
And that's what autism is for me. I try to fit in whatever somebody gives me. I try to be a chameleon and give that back in my own version with my own spice to it.
That is I would say that's a key tenet of my experience as well, and probably other people that are listening to this that would be like, holy crap, that's me too. Is that it's the how do I take what do I have given and give it an approximation at the I mean I consider an approximation, if it succeeds, the very best to try and get through a moment, a day, grocery shopping, going to the mall with your family, anything like that, so that you can just grease the wheel enough to just get on by.
Yeah.
And every day. Every day.
I know, it's exhausting. And it's people don't realize that with whether it's mental health or autism, how exhausting it is just to try to function. And with regard to the self-awareness, I almost feel like I'm the Terminator sometimes. Have you seen the Terminator movies?
Mm-hmm.
So they like scan everything, and there's all these calculations going on.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like my self-awareness, and the just worldly awareness is like there's so much. Again, I don't want to stigmatize the normal people out there, but they deserve to know what it feels like.
Or they just should.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. You guys don't deserve anything. You're good for nothings.
He doesn't mean
I actually do.
Well, you mentioned Terminator, and it came up. I always have had a fascination with robots, cyborgs, androids. Well, we won't talk about that. Star Trek: Next Generation. The character Data.
I don't like Star Trek, but go ahead.
No, I love Star Trek. It's okay that you're wrong. Star Trek's okay. it's a stupid show and I love it and I don't care. Data, the android that's in there, no, he's not. Data, the android that's on there, has long been almost like a cult hero of people with autism, because he literally wants to try and become human. And doesn't understand the difference between very literal talk, emotions, all of these things. And ever since a young kid, I was always kind of like, that guy is cool. Everybody else, like the Klingons or Picard or Riker with his sexy ways, basically. And I'm just like, no, this guy. And the way that people treat him was really interesting. Very few people were prejudice against the way that he interacted and his deficiency of not being a human, because he's an analog. He's artificial intelligence. He's a robot. And all this, and I related to that. And he had the strength of 10 men and could do billions of calculations a second. And sometimes the worst part of his experience was that he got treated like a pocket calculator with arms and legs. And then other people considered him a best friend. And I think his experience actually was interesting. I don't even think that that's how they intended to create him back in the mid 80s when that came out.
So do you watch Family Guy?
No.
Okay.
That show just annoys me. So Star Trek.
Oh, you are losing a lot of points with me today.
You know what? Wow. I think this is gonna.
Wow.
All right,
this is gonna break up our friendship.
Oh my God, forever. This is the last, first and last episode.
But I will say, you said, I don't know what you said, but it made me think of autism has been the source of so much fucking trauma in my life. I don't relate to autism. Like, I honestly, even though we're calling this two autistic guys figuring out life, because we both have autism, and that's the reason behind how we act and think sometimes. I just want to be seen as human.
It's not me just like having a meltdown. I'm fine.
He's not fine.
So people forget that, we don't just walk around with a shirt that says I have autism on it. It's not, it's not like a thing that it's not who defines us. I mean, autistic people have just as many interests and struggles that everybody else has. That's why I said in that other question that it's just basically, to define autism is that we're just like everybody else, except for we're not. And we have all these like 3 or 4 different serious layers of defined layers that we have to get through in order to just get by. When it comes down to it, you're not always fixated on your autism, because in your life it's always there. You don't have to sit there and figure it out.
It's not like I'm a clinician who has to delve into the world of autism every day. I live in the fucking world of autism, and I have to delve into the outside world every day. Right. So autism comes with me. I don't go with autism. If I could, I would break free of autism in a second, honestly, because it is so personal to me. It is a part of who I am. I don't walk around saying, I'm a straight male who grew up in America, but that's very much a part of me. So why do I have to go say I have autism? And, sometimes, like if I'm dating somebody and it gets easier if I let them know I have autism. At the same time, why? Like, I don't, it defines too much of our lives in this day and age.
Other people like the definition of somebody having autism because it gives something to put their feet on solid ground on. It's to make other people more comfortable. And I have a huge problem with that. I don't like having to do things just for the sole fact of making other people comfortable. Other people would be more comfortable with you saying, oh, hi, I'm Russell, I have autism, because then that takes out a barrier of knowledge that they would have otherwise been ignorant to. The problem is that you would have to then spend so much time explaining your autism to them, not the version they saw on TV. That's something that's really difficult to get over. This is my life. Why the hell would I want to go and delve into somebody else's version of autism when I haven't even figured out fully how to deal with my own? That's why it's not 2 autistic guys that figured everything out, because
No, that's the sequel. No. That'll be coming out next week because we're fast learners.
God, I wish it would. It's like, oh, hey guys, you have 1 week in order to figure out life. Like, that's it, and then
finish early,
and then the show's going to be like, hey, we figured everything out. Like the total aspect of life is now figured out just for you.
And we'd become sages. and in 1,000 years they will have temples devoted to Kyle and Russell of Tagfall.
Would that'd be an interesting perk?
Perk as in
a perk, like as in a benefit, like as in a.
Okay, I was thinking like sexually.
Well, I mean, it could be. I don't know. Maybe the Virgins is feeding you beignets or peeled grapes by hand, and then we can be even more.
Virgins make me perk.
What? This is where the seriousness completely collapses. It's fantastic, and that was my fault too. I totally derailed everything. But this is what we do, though. This is not all about doom and gloom and us being angry at everything. We actually, this is good because it's like it just shows that we have emotions too. They might be a little strange.
We're multifaceted. It's not we're not one dimensional.
That the official standpoint of Tagfall is statutory laws are there for a reason. They're there for a reason.
Don't break the law. Be good.
Yeah.
Be good humans.
Just
have a perverted sense of humor. That's the key.
There's nothing wrong with a perverted sense of humor. Just make sure that you're, like you said, you're obeying the law and not doing stupid stuff with people that you could negatively influence and getting arrested and probably beat up and killed because people that. Do you want me to start getting all like? Do you want me to start getting passionate?
No, we took an odd.
We did. Why are you dragging me into this?
You're the one going off on a tangent about what people.
You were like, make sure that there's something.
You
about
said
like
perk. What am I supposed to do with that word?
I said,
and you said that would come with a lot of perks, and all of a sudden I'm thinking about being naked in a Turkish bath.
I mean, I don't judge anybody for their wants and needs, Russell.
I'm the least judgmental person. Because I judge people on the stupid nuances of life, like mashed potatoes.
We had to talk
about
mashed potatoes.
We talked about mashed potatoes. I judge people on their mashed potatoes, but I don't judge them on things that other people typically judge people on, such as race or how unusual they may act or this or that. I really judge the nuances
unfair
of life.
Societal beauty
expectations.
Standards.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you give me instant mashed potatoes, I'm going to judge the fuck out of you.
Ouch. We're going to have to edit that out.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, we're going to edit that out. Word to anybody out there about mashed potatoes. They better be the freshest virgin-picked potatoes that come out of the ground.
And I don't even eat mashed potatoes.
Do you not like mashed potatoes?
I fucking hate mashed potatoes.
Oh, so it's not only a judgment of the kind of mashed potatoes, it's just like across the board. I'm sorry, not judgment, evaluation.
Anything is horrible.
I mean, instant anything.
Tell me when something was instant that was actually good.
Instant coffee is terrible.
Yes.
Instant mashed potatoes, they're freaking terrible.
Wait,
how about ramen?
They are
instant ramen.
They are. Well, it's not really instant, right? Because you have to wait for it in the microwave.
They call it. I mean, well, you still have to prepare the mashed potatoes.
You can just squeeze it out of the bag.
No, it's powder. It's a flake. Yeah. It's like dehydrated flakes of potato.
I thought it was like a liquid.
He hates them. He doesn't know what.
I don't know anything about him, but I will still judge you.
No, I mean that's totally fair. I'm a huge fan of like the Irish, the steel cut oats. They look like little rabbit pellets. They're really.
I only have the old fashioned.
That might be the same thing. I just know that there's a specific. It's like called rolled oats or something.
Rolled oats, yep.
Yeah. Oh, those are good. They take a little bit longer, but they're worth it.
Oh, oats are my number one food. You know this.
I have heard that. I should eat more oats because I really love the taste. I like oat milk. I'm just saying that oats are great, and I just discovered oat milk.
I had no idea oats were an animal. I always thought it came from a plant, but apparently you can milk an oat because you get oat milk. What?
I'm just waiting for you to laugh.
About what?
About oats. You know oats are a plant. You're not milking an oat. Your deadpan is perfect. You're like starting to make me uncomfortable because I'm like, Russell, I'm like, I know how intelligent you are, and I'm just now imagining somebody.
I'm an idiot savant.
My my reluctance to answer this was me going through an imagination of you milking an oat, and I just didn't like it. And like that's kind of the reason why I went to another place in my brain. I just was like,
you just ran away.
I had to go into that special little hidey hole in my head.
I've gotten like a feed bag for a gift before. Where I just put oats in it, just hang it around my neck.
Like they put
like a horse,
like the ones in New York City for the tourists.
They give out feed bags to tourists in New York.
No, you were just talking about they were giving them to horses, and horses that I just said a horse-drawn carriage, and
you said the people in New York. When did you go to New York? In 1800s?
One autistic guy trying to figure out how to speak properly, so that.
And then he confuses the other autistic guy, gives him a meltdown.
Milking oats, feedback. Oh my God! Just to clarify, no, the feed bag's on the horse, and the horse has this thing to keep it, satiated and comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean,
that is my coping mechanism.
That's honestly a feed bag filled with snacks that would just keep me. I mean, it would look a little weird, but hey, you know what? Whatever gets you through the day.
All right. Yeah. I know. Like, if I want an emotional support animal. No, I want an emotional support oat bag.
So you want to be the emotional support animal.
For my oats? What?
No, for friends and family and other people, you can be an emotional support animal.
Oh no, I don't want to support anybody. I can barely support myself.
That's a good point. That's hard. That's a difficult thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.